Hi all. So I'm actually making a video. I had Lipo360 and a BBL done at Dr. David Shokrian's office at Millennial Plastic Surgery. So I'm bruised and I feel like every day is different, the way that I look. I'm gonna put my boards on while I talk. The reason why I'm making this video is because I noticed that there really isn't that many people that go ahead and talk about their plastic surgery experience at Millennial. I am 17 days post-op and I am currently in my stage 2 garment. So I'm also going to be showing you guys how I put on. So these are my sides, the one with S. But not a lot of people talk about the pain and all that stuff. So for me, honestly, I had zero pain. Not zero pain, but I honestly was either very lucky, but I hear a lot of girls that come out from Dr. David Shokrian's office don't really experience all this crying right off the table that you see on other girl YouTube videos. Because honestly, I'm a very strong person. Anytime I get any type of surgery, so for example, like I fractured my clavicle, not cosmetic surgery, but where I'm put to sleep and then I wake up, I've always been good. I've always been able to get up, go shopping. I didn't do that because obviously it is a very hard surgery. You don't notice how hard it is until afterwards. The surgery part, piece of cake. It's really the aftercare. So if you're going to go to Millennial Plastic Surgery, what I would say and what I would recommend is the first 2 people, if you're going to be doing your massages there, that you should see is either Gloria or Dolly. And the reasons why I mentioned these 2 women, by the way, everyone that works there is great. But the only reason why I mention these 2 women is because if, like, example for me, I closed up very quickly the next day when I went in for my massage. So I wasn't draining. And the woman that I got, I'm not going to mention her name, she gave me a really good massage, no problem, but she didn't drain me. Second time I went there, I met Miss Gloria, and she actually went ahead and opened up my incisions. And now it's not always recommended because when you open up incisions, you can cause infections. But because I was inside my plastic surgeon's office and I've heard a lot of good things about Miss Gloria, I knew I was in good hands. So she would open up my incisions, just poke it, and whoa, you would see all of that draining coming out. Draining is so important. It literally cut my healing time in half. Like, honestly, like I have no more swelling anymore. And I'm at this point now, I finished my 5 massages that you get at Millennial Plastic Surgery with your package if you do decide to purchase them. And I came out of there soft. Going to my next massage lady, soft. With no issues, no draining. So everything was perfect. Now, something I didn't disclose with Dr. Shokrian, and that he'll probably see now in this video, and by the way, this is a BBL mattress, so we'll get into that, is before surgery, I stopped smoking for a whole 2 months. I did smoke cigarettes here and there, but mostly I was a weed smoker. But surgery, I think as humans, we know is so vital and so important, and you don't want any things that might interact with your healing process. So boom, I automatically stopped smoking. And that's one of the biggest things that is recommended that you guys do when you stop, when you are going to get surgery. If you're a smoker, even if it's weed, slow it down. Now, I didn't ask, but after maybe like a week and a half afterwards, I wasn't able to sleep. That's the only thing that I would say also, is you get a very, Dr. Shokrian is the bomb, the shit. But you only get 5 days worth of painkillers, and I completely understand why. You know, nobody wants to get addicted, so you don't want a 30-day supply. But I do think that a little bit more and is actually recommended, you know, and everyone's tolerance is different. Like for me, I have a very high tolerance. So 5 milligrams of oxycodone does nothing for me. I needed 30, but I didn't want to come off as a junkie. So I didn't even say anything. I left it at that. And I honestly still have 1 more oxycodone left that I take for my massages. Now, when I got my first faja, it was an extra large, and it was from the first massage lady. So it wasn't Miss Gloria, which I wish it was, and she gave me a garment that was a little bit too big for me. But I was also very swollen. Don't mind me, I'm going to be putting this in here. I really want to know, you know, if there's any questions that you guys have that you want to know when it comes to Dr. David Shokrian's office. I had an amazing experience. I was supposed to do local anesthesia, and that was on September 21st. Sorry, I'm having a hard time getting in here. That was on September 21st. However, I was not able to go ahead and continue with my surgery because the day of, my blood pressure went up. And it has been skyrocketed. And now after surgery, I have no blood pressure problems. So I think it was the nerves and just the thought of being up through local anesthesia that really pushed me into overdrive. So my blood pressure was up and I was a little upset. And I had 2 options: either reschedule my surgery or pay for general. And for me, I think that paying for general was the best thing I could have done. Just because for me, I definitely was scared when it came to local anesthesia. And don't mind this, I actually broke this. So what ended up happening was, instead of the 21st, I had my surgery on September 24th. So it was only 3-day difference, 4-day difference. And it went seamless. Like when I say everything, even till this day, everything goes so smoothly. But I also prayed a lot. So the day of, well, actually the way that it works is 5 days before your surgery, you have to get a COVID test. I was panicking because I was like, what if you guys don't get my results in 5 days? Whatever the case may be. I ended up finding out that you can do the COVID test there at Millennial, which was awesome. And I'm doing this all wrong. So I'm going to have to take this all off because I'm talking to you guys. But that's okay. So what happened was, I ended up getting my surgery on the 24th. I went in. I did wait a little bit longer this time. No problem, though. I mean, a little bit longer is like, what, 30 minutes? Like, that's nothing. You know, in comparison to the first day when I did local, everything was like bang, 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 boom, 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 boom. Here's the medication. So the way that it works is, once you get there, they give you a pregnancy test. And with the pregnancy test, oh, also, make sure that you do not smoke. I know I said this earlier, but don't smoke. For example, I heard a story of a woman who got her breast done, and she was a heavy smoker. Her nipples turned black. Probably can even fall off. So, once again, it's okay if you smoke, but if you're going to get surgery, just stop ahead of time, right? And if you can't, then you should discuss with your doctor, with the plastic surgeon, with Dr. David, or with Nurse Nikki. Nurse Nikki is a hidden gem. She is the hidden gem there at Millennial Plastic Surgery. The customer service is phenomenal. Phenomenal. You do have, you know, I won't mention any names, one coordinator that Okay, she'll take maybe 24 hours to answer back. But that's it. That's the most. And that's only one person. And you can understand when she calls you, she's very busy. She's always on top of everything. So it's understandable. But Miss Nikki, if you have any questions, how much is arm lipo? I had concerns over my tummy, like, oh my God, am I going to need a tummy tuck? And honestly, I like the way my tummy looks. I have no problems. If I knew how to edit, I would send a video. I would put a little picture of what my belly looks like. But I personally love the way my belly looks. I have no problems. So you get there when it's under local anesthesia. The first thing they do is they give you a pregnancy test. After the pregnancy test, they start giving you medications. You get promethazine, you get oxycodone with acetaminophen in it, and you do get for anxiety alprazolam, which is also Xanax, which you need because you, especially for me, I was so panicky, especially thinking about just the whole local anesthesia, so that my blood pressure went off the roof. So once that happened, Dr. David and everyone took care of me because they had already given me the medication when they noticed that my blood pressure was not going down. And everyone took really good care of me. And he said, no worries, let's go ahead and do the surgery on Thursday. I paid for the general anesthesia. I come in, I had to do the whole process all over again, pregnancy test again, which makes sense. You want to be safe. You want to be safe. You know what I mean? Like, you want to make sure that everything is going smoothly. You don't want to lie or cause any complications where you can jeopardize your surgery. So when I get there, you also will meet, I actually got Miss K. Miss K is the assistant there. Hold on, let me get my pillow. Is the assistant there, and she makes sure that your surgery is going smoothly. She checks you in, she asks you questions, and then after you see her, you get the anesthesiologist. Let me tell you, the anesthesiologist was amazing. Everyone there is amazing. I can't remember his name at the top of my mouth, but all I know is that I did not wake up until after surgery. And when I woke up, I wasn't in this horrific pain. I was prepared to be crying after surgery just because of all these YouTube videos. None of that happened to me. None of it. None of it, none of it, none of it. And the first few days, I think the only time I really felt pain was when I was sleeping on my stomach, and then I would have to get up. And then there are some days where I do feel some back pain on my back. Now, because you don't get to meet Dr. David Shukri until the day of, and it makes a lot of sense if you think about it. There are so many girls that they have to filter out because they want to get surgery, but they're not sure. And then if, all these things have to get filtered out. And it makes sense why you would wait till the day of to meet Dr. David. But when I did get to meet Dr. David, he basically made me realize that I was skinny. So I was working with a BMI of 24 to 25. And I'm actually happy with my results. I've never been this snatched ever. All I have is nudes of my front, so that's why I cannot show my front. Some things that are necessary that I would say you need to get are the BBL pillow and the BBL mattress. So the mattress is this thing right behind me, and it has a hole in the butt area. Now the smallest size, this is from Booty Beanbag. The smallest size that they have for the hole is 20 inches. I'm trying to think. My massages went well. I never had any pain, ever. Even when it was my first massage, second massage, third massage, never had any pain, but what I can say is that I was on top of my pain medications. Did not play with that. And I also had some alprazolam left over. So that's the only thing I wasn't happy about, was because I had was supposed to get the local anesthesia on the 21st. I had medication already given to me. Now, some of it was already taken because I was supposed to take it during local anesthesia. Then the day that I do get surgery, I don't get any medication because they had already given me some. But I don't think they realized that I took some of that. I was vocal, I did say something, but I let it go because, once again, I didn't want to come off as a junkie. But I do think that if I had to make a suggestion, is medication. Not everyone is okay with 5 milligrams. So maybe next time I should have been more vocal, but it's hard because you don't really get to speak to Dr. David Shogran. You have to speak through people. But once again, it makes sense. You know, he's busy. There's people that don't even really know if they want surgery. They're leaving a small deposit. So those are the only, like I would say that's the only thing. But from a 1 out of 10 experience, I had a 10. I had a 10. Now, I don't want to bash anybody or anything like that, but I was originally going to go to a different plastic surgeon's office. Goals. I'll just say it, goals. And if you look at any other videos on YouTube about if I recommend goals or not, just because I don't want to get in trouble, I would say look at those videos. Look at those videos. For me, I had originally gone there and I wanted one day to leave a deposit, to make a full payment, flat out full payment. I had left a deposit and then I wanted to pay it off. And they told me that they would give me a call, and nobody called me. And during that time, when nobody was calling me, they said I had to wait 72 hours to finish making my payment. $7,000, like here's my $7,000. Nobody would call me. So I started doing more and more research. And all I can say is I feel like I made the right decision by going to Dr. David Shogran. The biggest, I think, for me has not been the pain, has not been the swelling. The biggest thing for me is the not being able to sit. I'm using my BBL pillow right now. So you can, it's right underneath me, you can see my boards. And the BBL mattress. So the biggest thing is really not being able to sit. For me, I think surgery was the easiest part. What isn't easy is the aftercare. Because nobody really tells you, you know, that you get mentioned like, yeah, you need massages, right? But massages can get costly. I'm also recommending the massages at Millennial. And then once you're done with your 5 massages or whatever package you pick, and if you're looking for somewhere else to go, I would recommend Queen's Body Sculpting in Franklin Square. That lady is phenomenal and knowledgeable. Her name is Charnel, for post-op care. Once again, draining is super important. I don't know how other surgeons tell their patients not to do any massages, because all that does is cause you to still be swollen and not be able to see your results for even longer. So no to that. Things that you need are the urinal, BBL mattress, BBL pillow, arnica pills. I would get a massage, some type of massager that you can use at home. I do, but I try to get my massages pretty frequently so that I don't need to massage myself. What else would I say? You definitely, for the first few days, I wouldn't go get 2 packs of any of these things, but you would need diapers, medical grade tape, gauze, antibiotic cream, anti-itch cream, a boppy pillow. Even though I don't really use my boppy pillow to sit, I use it more for my back and for when I'm sleeping on my belly. But overall, guys, I had a great experience at Dr. David Shogren. I hope that you guys were able to see some of my results. My results were still changing every single day. Once again, I kind of was considered a skinny BBL because my BMI was 24, 25. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're seeing my results. All right. If I could, I would show you the front, but I don't know how to edit videos. So this is my first video. I am looking for, in the future, I definitely do want to do a round 2 BBL. And maybe even a tummy tuck. So we'll see. We'll see. And I would definitely go back to Dr. David Shogren. He's the best. Believe the hype. Go there. Don't go to Miami.